Hello and welcome to Shy Talk, an Irish history podcast. Thanks everyone. Thank you everyone who came out to the live show on Thursday night. It was a class. We drank a lot of pints, and now the episode is about 48 hours late, but it was worth it. That was a lot of your old class. And we all ran down to the Halfpenny to watch Colin Murphy do a gig afterwards. It was good. It was a good night for the lads, which has taken 2 days to recover from. But here's a nice, easy episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the Caseman story. This is a funny story about Time Magazine's Man of the Century. But I'm going to keep this short because it's the weekend and it's sunny outside. Enjoy the story. Follow all the links in the description of this to social or whatever the fuck. And have a nice week.
Gather around now, you're in for a story. Old tales of lore, all in search of a glory. The history and mystery of lads, lasses and all. Discoveries and voyages, the rise and the fall. Follow me now as we go back in time. We trace the steps of Irish lineage to find Joseph from Carlisle and Gavin the Dog. Guide you through the ways of Shy.
Record and we can talk about the tea.
Yeah.
I thought I'd made it too milky. I haven't tasted it yet though.
No, it's good. I've given up on giving people milk in their tea now.
Just make it black.
I put a little bit of milk in a smaller cup
and let them do it themselves.
Don't talk to me, you know. You just there's your tea, there's your milk.
Is a cup of milk the universal sign for don't talk to me?
Don't even don't even say thanks. I don't want to know about it. You do it yourself.
Are you
I've been burnt before.
I'm going to be so energetic with this. This is going to be maybe
too high energy.
Maybe the best episode we've ever done. I love this, man.
Yeah.
And I have done since the year I'd say not, but no, but 2000 and not.
No, yeah, when it reset to not. A Y2K bug.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Ronnie O'Brien?
No. Only when you asked me the same question earlier on and I said no, and then you giggled like a schoolgirl and you ran out of the room.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I just explained to Lisa what the story was.
I could hear it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. It's so fun. Okay. So, we've got a live gig in the Wild Duck.
Yeah.
The 25th of May.
These have been here for a few episodes now. Some of which you didn't even delete. Well, we haven't acknowledged them yet.
I'm in such a better mood today.
Yeah.
Than I was the last recording when are you making loads of noise?
I'm just moving that out of the way.
Yeah. And soon we'll have our new logo up there by J&L Designs.
Yes, that's true. We'll have stickers.
Yeah.
Put them over these ones.
By the time this episode comes out, that logo will be live.
It will.
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't pilfer it off of a well-known stout company.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. It's Beamish.
Yeah. It's Beamish. It's Guinness. Beamish me up, Scotty. There's a t-shirt for you.
They never actually said that in the show. Do you know that?
What show?
They never said Beamish.
I've never seen Star Trek because I'm too much of a legend.
I was talking about Noddy.
Oh, yeah. Noddy is pretty racist.
Yeah, in hindsight.
I think even at the time.
Yeah.
So people say stuff like that. I was like, everyone was racist at the time. No, not in the 80s.
Just the people.
Not everybody.
Just the people who commissioned kids' animation shows.
Yeah, Enid Blyton. Oh no, Noddy's gone into the wrong neighborhood. Him and Big Ears bought property on the waterfront, thinking that it accumulated value over the decade, and now the wrong sort of people have moved in. Oh, gentrification needs to happen quicker. Noddy, I can't drive my car around the neighborhood anymore.
I have never seen Noddy.
No. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I ran out of steam there as well with my references to Noddy. I don't know. I think there was a guy called Big Ears in it because he had big ears, which again is pretty insensitive.
Like the fat controller in, or is it? Yeah, no, controller in Thomas.
Yeah.
He's not called that anymore. They had to get rid of that because of
GDPR.
Yeah,
he's just called the fat train man.
He's just called the fat bastard.
Fat bastard. Yeah, you probably couldn't even have fat bastard in a comedy anymore. That's how far we strayed off the path.
What was the last Mike Myers movie? Big one. Or Annie one. Or Annie.
Yeah, I was going to say any
Love Guru.
Guru, yeah, so I was thinking that wasn't big.
Mm.
Oh, he was in The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, he was the cat.
And Shrek.
Yeah, that was even before.
That was pretty long time before. But Shrek 7.
Another.
Donkey's Revenge.
Yeah. Oh, he's probably still doing those. He had a cameo in Inglourious Bastards.
All right. Nope.
No? He played a fat man in that.
He's a fat man.
Yeah.
That would be great if if it was Fat Bastard instead of the Jew guy with the baseball bat.
Oh, yeah.
It was this
Just
fat
a fat
bastard
bastard.
just falling on people.
There you go. There's a crossover.
Tarantino, write it.
You're
Put down Django Zorro. Pick up Inglorious Fat Bastards.
Inglorious Fat Bastards, yes.
Now,
Yeah.
born in Bray on January 5th, 1979. Have you ever heard of Ronnie O'Brien?
No. I've heard of Brea, though.
Yeah.
What did you say, 1979?
Yes.
Okay.
Ronnie stood out at a young age for also, I have to say, a couple of weeks ago, maybe it's a month or two ago now at this stage, I said I won't do another football story for probably at least a year, if not
see what's
two.
happened.
Now, this has nothing to do with football.
Okay.
But Ronnie stood out at a young age for playing football.
Okay.
He represented Ireland at youth level and brought home a European Championship in 1998. Did you know that Ireland won 2 European Championships for underage football?
I did not.
In 98. The under 16 and the under 18.
And 3 championships for underage drinking.
Uncontested. That
one in
team
the
when
year.
they came home out of that cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I was home at the weekend and the Vale Wanderers B team had won a cup.
Nice.
And by God, the lads I saw them on Sunday and they were still on it and they look shook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Even they were so gone that I was asking them, I was like, "And how'd you get on? Like, how was the game?" They're like, "They didn't show up. They didn't. They were shite." It's like you celebrate anyway. Oh yeah, they weren't great. Now, in fairness to them,
So you were just an old man hanging out with asking these 17-year-olds how the match went.
they're all lads who are not too much younger than I am. They're still playing for the village.
How are I thought it was the under. Oh, okay.
No,
the
no,
B team.
just
Right.
the senior B team.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But then they should have every right to go at it.
Oh no, they should have been. And a second day to work
Just
for
because you're the
perfect.
B
It's a-
team doesn't mean you can't get on the Class A's.
Yes, and it's bank holiday weekend.
It is. Yeah.
So it's perfect. They won on the Saturday, drank all day,
yeah.
back on it on the Sunday. Now I'd like to see the men who were still there Monday morning
Yeah.
texting around going, anyone for the cure? Or the manager alternatively messaging in, any chance of a training, let's start this, get on to next season now.
Yeah.
When the going's good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, we won 2. I'll do probably a story about that eventually.
Okay.
2 underage European Championships in the same year.
Amazing.
Madness. We're lads like Liam Miller, Andy Reid, you John O'Shea, Graham Barrett, Robbie Keane, Richard Dunn, Damien Duff.
Wow.
All the boys.
All of them.
Stephen McPhail. All the lads.
Wow. Amazing.
You would have heard of at least 2.
2 of those, yeah. Damien Duff and Robbie Keane.
And
Yeah.
then Ronnie O'Brien.
And Ronnie O'Brien.
Yeah, because English academies at that stage were all over the Irish talent. They were coming over, finding the best lads, cherry picking them.
Yeah.
Cherry picking them from Cherry Orchard.
Yeah.
And then heading them over there to the UK.
Have you got an Irish grandson, kid? You want one? Well, I suppose no, I'd want an Irish grandparent. You got... Oh, fuck. No, I completely messed up the...
That's fine, don't worry.
Never mind.
I'll leave it in
You
the
got an
podcast.
English grandpud, kid? You want one?
You didn't even say words there.
Grandpud. That's what they call them over there. It's the gender-neutral term for grandparents. You got an English grandpud?
Puddy. Oh, Puddy.
Puddy.
Right, Ronnie
Dress your nan up in a Union Jack and come play for Blighty.
Union Jack Charlton.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Where's that flag? You don't see that much. A Union Jack with Jack Charlton's face on
Jack
it.
Charlton.
Why isn't that flying high?
Because, I don't know.
Keeps getting torn down.
Yeah, lads in Opal jerseys would be burning that.
Yeah.
Like an effigy. But Ronnie was a right winger. He'd go. He
Hated immigrants.
I don't know enough about. I don't think so. Or if he
Sure.
is, he'd be in no place to talk by the end of this story. But so Ronnie goes over to Middlesbrough,
Yeah.
right, and it's going to be tough for him. He's gone from playing in Ireland at his local club,
Yeah.
and then playing like underage football for Ireland to straight in to Middlesbrough. Now, he's in the reserves, so it's tough for him to get into the senior team. They have players like Paul Merson, England international, Gary Pallister, Scottish international, Paul Gascoigne, phenomenal drinker.
Yeah, yeah.
Irish captain, I think he just retired from Ireland at that stage, but Andy Townsend.
Right.
Fabrizio Ravanelli, who's an
Yeah.
amazing Italian striker. And
I don't doubt it.
Janino, who's what I loved him because he was 5'5"
Nice.
or 4.
A normal height.
Yeah. 5'5" at the age of 4.
Okay.
He never grew after. But his skill, unbelievable. He was
Yeah.
class. He was a little man. And I growing up, I was like, I could be like that if I were Brazilian
Yeah.
and talented.
Of course, yeah. That's the only things that was in your way.
But unfortunately, now, young Ronnie didn't get much in the way of game time for the senior squad. The former England, I think he was England captain as well, but Manchester United captain Brian Robson.
Yeah.
He was the manager of Middlesbrough at the time. Also, all of those players I've just mentioned playing for Middlesbrough under Brian Robson, that's blockbuster stuff.
How so?
They're all huge players playing for a team now that are no offense Middlesbrough fans if we have any, but they've fallen from grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they good at the time?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, listen, Paul Merson.
Yeah, all I heard was Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, you don't know
And I know
else,
you
yeah.
snuck out at night to get his biography. There's like a take a book, leave a book thing in a pub beside the house, and I know you ran down there to get Paul Gascoigne's biography.
Yeah, you sent me a photo of the entire book collection, and instantly I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah,
There was a suitcase just with them all just mangled and thrown around. I was like, I have a feeling he's just, you didn't even circle it.
Just like a first edition of Wuthering Heights, the fucking Gutenberg Bible, just chucking them out of the way to get a thoroughly read copy of Paul Gascoigne's. What is it called? Flip a Gascoigne. Heads or tails, either way, I'm coming up Gascoigne. Coming up hard.
He was a great man.
Is it actually called Coming Up
I
Hard?
doubt it. I'd say it's pretty called As a Fish.
Yeah.
But young Ronnie now would have found it tough to get into. And most of those lads would have been midfielders or attacking players.
Yeah.
So it would have been tough to get into that squad.
Sure.
So he'd sat in the stands on the sidelines, playing for the reserves a little bit.
Sat in the stands, stood in the seats.
Yeah, that's why he got let go at the age of 20 in
okay.
February 1999. They
Right.
were like too much standing on the seats.
Too much. Get off the seat. Get out.
This is what Brian Robson said about the decision when he let go of Ronnie.
Yeah.
Here's a little quote from him. He said, "I'm happy with my staff. Nobody we have rejected has done well. This situation reminds me of when Chris Freestone left. He said he would see me when he was scoring goals for AC Milan, but he's not scoring goals at Northampton Town. Good luck to Ronnie. I hope he does well and proves me wrong." But Ronnie had said, now the media, or the Irish at least, or some people there who thought he was pretty good, were kind of like, I could keep him around, but because they let him go even before the end of his contract.
Right.
He said things were going nowhere at Middlesbrough. I don't think I was getting a chance. I thought I was playing well in the reserves, scored a couple of goals, but then I didn't even make the squad sometimes. I would have left anyway. I wouldn't have signed a new contract. I didn't feel there was any room at the club for me, and I didn't want to stay. Brian Robson doesn't like young players. He prefers experience.
Well, that's pretty petty from Brian Robson to be like, everyone we've ever fired has done nothing.
Is shite.
Is shite. So,
Now,
fuck 'em.
I will say this. I've taken some of these quotes, not out of context, but out of chronology.
Yeah.
Just to paint a picture,
Well, okay.
right? People have said this about kids coming through, but they have to be good enough. I want kids who can get in the team, stay there, and become seasoned professionals. If kids are good enough, I like them. If not, I've no time for them. Ronnie O'Brien is not good enough. People jump to the ceiling because he's gone to Juventus. Oh, I should tell you, he left Middlesbrough and signed for Juventus.
That's good.
That's a big jump up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, people jump to the ceiling because he's gone to Juventus, but he hasn't done anything yet. Then he said, I've signed for a club Brian Robson never signed for. Hopefully I can prove him wrong. So what had happened there...
He's just giving him an origin story. I think that's pretty good.
You'd think that it's going to be a lifelong rivalry between the two. The paths don't really cross ever again.
But that's a good... I've taken it upon myself now, anytime a new comedian comes into the halfpenny looking for a spot, I just turn to Gary and say, that kid's going to be a star. Now, do I believe in any of them? No. But statistically, one of them is going to be famous, and me and Gary will be on some TV documentary when we're washed up. But this person is a celebrity. We'll be like, yeah, I remember the first time I saw them, I said, that kid's going to be a star.
I said, €10, man. I don't care. You're a comedian. Do I know you? No, €10 then. €10. Sit at the back. Sign up now. We'll have a space at Box Comedy for you in about 5 months.
Yeah, we're taking the summer off, so check back in 2024, kid. But you're going to be a star. Let's just get that clear.
Every kid that comes into that comedy club, I say, you're a star. That was a TV show you've never heard of.
Man, anyone that's bombed at that club has done nothing. I wish them the best of luck in other clubs, but just because they're playing for Juventus or whatever.
Yeah, so do you know Juventus are a big team?
Yeah, I know Juventus.
Yeah, as in to go from Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
a
but I would have thought
smaller team.
Middlesbrough was shit.
They were.
It's you know.
So that's what's mad about the story, that
Right.
he got let go from Middlesbrough.
But you just said the Middlesbrough were good.
No, they had a lot of good players there, and even in their best season around the time they finished in 9th. And I think at some point they were in the second division getting promoted.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a lot of seasoned professionals, internationals.
Right.
But none of those lads were good enough to play for Juventus. Any of the lads I just listed out, well, one or two, but years before. This is all later stage in their career.
Yeah. This is right. How is this not a football story?
Because just wait, right?
Okay.
This has nothing to do with football.
Okay.
So Paul Merson,
Yeah.
right? He liked Ronnie.
Okay.
He had
Who's
this-
Paul Merson's in Juventus, is he?
No, he played for Arsenal, and he's a big.
He's just a guy.
He's a big drinker,
Okay.
right? The Merce is great. You
Yeah.
love him, right?
Merkin.
Yeah, but he had the same agent as Ronnie,
Right.
and he liked Ronnie. He thought he was a good player, so basically gave him a CV or a reference.
Yeah.
So he was like, nah, he's good. And his agent was asking around, sending videotapes of highlights of the reserve games and what he's done all around the place. And then some people had seen him play for the reserves, I guess. And then he went to the European Championships with Ireland.
Okay.
And people had seen him there come on against England, do very well for like half an hour, 40 minutes, something like
Not
that.
bad.
So at the end of all of that, when they'd sent around the videotapes, Juventus had heard all of this. They heard Merson.
Yeah.
He'd liked him when he was off the drink, so maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He liked him when he was on the drink. He liked him even when he was off the drink.
Yeah, that's
that
the mark
counts.
of a man.
Yeah.
So Carlo Ancelotti, who's currently the manager of Real Madrid,
Of course.
one of the best managers of all time.
Yeah.
He was
Also
managing.
sounds like a great fish dish.
Yeah, he was.
I'd love a bit of Carlo Ancelotti. That's all I'm saying.
Ravanelli sounds like a lovely.
Yeah, I
pasta
know.
dish
I
as
know.
well.
But there's only so much time. I don't know what Juventus is, so I have to
Right.
chip in when I can here.
They're the old lady.
What? Is that their name?
That's their name.
the old lady.
The old lady.
Why is that good?
I didn't say it was good. You said it was a fact.
Right, the Red Devils, the Gunners,
Mm.
the old lady.
The Red Devils is kind of a shite name. No offense, United fans, but just because their main rivals are called the Reds,
Yeah.
and then they've gone, all right, we'll be evil incarnate. It'll be the same thing, but evil.
But they could just be the Devils.
Yeah.
What's Arsenal's the Gunners.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham,
Hammers.
Hammers. Yeah. The old lady.
Don't ask me about Tottenham.
What's Tottenham? What are they?
They're the Yids.
Oh.
You can't say that.
Ah.
Or you can
because of their
technically.
proud Yiddish heritage.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong Jewish fan
Yeah,
base
yeah.
and ties. But now this contract, he
Yeah,
gets a
yeah,
5-year deal to
Yeah.
move to Turin, $3,000 a week.
Nice.
That's big money at the time.
It's big money at any time. $3,000 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, because that's probably like about 10 or 15 grand now.
Yeah,
more even. But the Italian transfer deadline had passed, which means
Okay.
that he couldn't. This is February, so he couldn't sign straight away. So he has to go back to Bray. And he
Okay.
trains with Pat Devlin. I think Bray wanders until the summer when he could officially join Juventus.
Yeah.
So now he's just training with a bad League of Ireland team,
Right.
getting ready before he just heads over to Turin to start training with like Del Piero, Thierry Henry, Zinedine Zidane,
Yep.
Edgar Davids,
Yep.
who seemingly took him out for meals and gave him some like fatherly advice.
Okay.
Pack it in, son. You're not good enough. You
Don't
should have listened to
feel
Brian
lost
Robson.
today, kid.
But Inzaghi, people want Inzaghi.
Yeah.
The good Inzaghi. His roommate would be club captain, and he's loaded. You might have even heard his name recently. Antonio Conte, who's managing like Chelsea and Tottenham, Inter Milan, Juventus, loads of teams.
Okay.
But after playing 3 friendlies in pre-season, now this is not to do with football, Ronnie was thrown into the deep waters of Juventus' successful Intertoto Cup campaign.
Right.
I'm not going to explain what that is.
They're just playing each other
It's-
in Juventus.
No, it was like the third level of European competition to qualify for Europe. It was, never mind, it's gone now,
Yeah, yeah.
and for good reason. They were leading 9-0 on aggregate.
Yeah.
So, and in the second game against Russian outfit, FC Rostov, went by a different name then that I can't pronounce, so I just went with the modern one.
Okay.
He togged out for the old lady his 13 minutes of fame.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember that's all he got, basically. That's the only time he played for Juventus. He played the friendly games and then I think one game there.
Okay.
Some things online said he played in the Intertotal Cup 3 times in small chunks, but I can only find the one video online. I think they're getting the friendlies confused. Same for the European Championships.
Right.
That they said he was part of the under-16 squad.
Yeah.
I think it was the under-18 squad, because if you actually look into it, he's in the squad list for the under-18s, and he would have been too old to play for the under-16s. But it's listed everywhere.
Good research.
Yeah. So, do you remember in 1999 when everyone was doing the polls of, it's the turn of the millennia?
Yeah.
And they're like, the best whatever of the last century.
Yeah.
Well,
recency bias came right into force.
yeah. Juventus have decided to do their greatest player of the last century.
Right.
And who rocks up with 32% of the vote?
A man who's not played any games for Juventus.
13 minutes of a Intertoto Cup.
Okay.
Yeah. The club have to step in and remove him as an option.
From what is it, an online thing?
It's an online thing. It's one of the
Okay.
early online polls.
One of the early online
Yeah.
trolls.
And then, some like Irish fella in an office somewhere,
Yeah.
or students. I guess there's
They're
a few
probably in
different
like
reports.
UCC. He's telling all the eggheads he's running the supercomputer to try and find a cure for cancer. But he's just voting for...
So some Liverpool fan who hates Brian Robson.
Yeah. I'll show you, Robson.
But yeah, he. So it starts as an email thread that someone's just sending around saying, "Wouldn't it be gas if we all vote for
Yeah.
for old Ronnie O'Brien?"
Yeah.
And he gets 32% of the vote, like head and shoulders above everyone else.
Okay.
But the club come in and they're like, "That's not. No, there's not even."
How could they do this to our boys?
This is democracy.
It is.
And that's why in Italy,
It's one of the first examples of democracy being outsmarted by idiots on the internet.
logic.
Yeah.
But the people,
It's about like 4,000-year-old, well-fined, beautiful machine born on the steps of Greece democracy, and just 12 morons with an email chain. You're like, yeah, just fucking just vote for this guy because it'd be funny.
it's just like all the Juventus fans sat around and be like, "Do you know what? The fascists had an idea. This never would have happened at Mussolini's Lazio."
Oh,
But now the people at the internet,
yeah.
they don't like this.
No,
No,
they wouldn't.
No, because this isn't fair. That wasn't put in the rules.
No.
They gave him as an
And
option.
even if it was, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's not the way the internet plays.
No, sir.
Right, so they set their sights on a new target, a better target, because who cares about who's like the best footballer of a century for some Mickey Mouse team over in Italy,
Yeah.
right? There's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Time magazine had been running a vote where the candidates such as Nelson Mandela, Elvis Presley, Martin Luther King, Bill Clinton would vie for Time magazine's Man of the Century, and on the turn of the century they'd be the front page of it.
Okay.
Now, out of fairness,
Was there an open text field?
they allowed an option for the public to nominate their own choice in case maybe they missed someone who was deserving that they just hadn't quite thought of yet. And it's a good thing they did, because they'd left out the greatest ever player
The man who played
in Juventus.
for Juventus.
Intertoto Cup.
Yeah.
Also, I will say this, when he went on the field, it was 9-0 in aggregate. When he left, it was 9-1.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
The facts speak for themselves.
He kicked 2 shots wide. And I read one article that said, there was one shot that he nearly got to, though, and then Del Piero got in there and kicked it wide.
Right.
So he could have had 3 shots
Could
wide
have had
if,
3 shots wide.
if Del Piero left it up to him.
Right.
But yeah, so he's, they've forgotten arguably the greatest, not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Juventus, but footballer of all time.
I mean, how many minutes did MLK play for Juventus? 0 last I checked.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a dream
Yeah.
to tog out for AC Milan.
Yeah.
But as so many... Alright, they take it a bit better.
Ooh.
as in like a Time magazine, or at least they've seen that you like this. Oh, this has already happened. Juventus.
Yeah.
People didn't think this was
Yeah,
very.
this is a simpler time where you're like, I can't see. We obviously will have an open text field where people can just put in whatever. I
Yeah.
can't see how this will bring any problems onto Time magazine.
Yeah.
Remember that time when we made Time Person of the Year? That was a massive stroke. When we had Hitler's Time Person magazine, amazing.
Well, see,
This will probably be
in
up
that
there with
sense-
same good decisions.
in that sense, though,
What?
when Time magazine made, what was that 2006, or was whenever?
Yeah, was
they-
that afterwards when they made You?
Yeah, it was you, it was everyone in the world. So
Yeah.
technically, Ronnie,
Already got a
he's-
two-time winner.
two-time winner.
Yeah,
So 57,000 people vote for Ronnie O'Brien,
nice.
making him They don't even get to the end because so many people have voted for Ronnie O'Brien that it's completely crashed the Time magazine website. And it's the most amount of
How
traffic.
many servers will we need? I don't know. One and two, maybe.
57,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so the website crashes.
Yeah.
It comes back online. By this time, they've figured out what's gone on, and they've put up a little asterisk saying whimsical candidates and others who were not alive during this century or do not fall within the spirit of the title will not be counted. And they've struck our boy off the list.
That's
ROB,
outrageous.
Rob.
Rob.
That's
duh.
what it is.
Yeah. But he was born within the century.
Yeah, and he does exist.
And he does exist.
Yeah, so they
you
didn't need to-
fucking check that Time magazine.
Yeah. Same deal again, that this is like just lads in Ireland who've been sending around an email chain.
Yeah.
It's one of those early, like, is it block email chain? What was the thing called? Just chain emails, I guess, yeah.
Email chain,
But
yeah.
I
Spam.
was thinking blockchain, like it's a crypto.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's the best crypto? Ronnie O'Brien.
Ronnie O'Brien coin.
The,
Wait, what about Paul Gascoigne? That's where all my money is.
You're not getting that back.
You're not getting that back. Yeah, I blew all my money on Gascoigne. What, the cryptocurrency? No, I fucking bought him 16 rounds.
You would have been better putting into liquid assets. Liquid. What? But a spokesperson for Time came out and said, this was just a bit of fun. Even if he's an obscure footballer, we're not all that miffed. Then let him in.
Yeah.
Let him in. You can't come out and say that after you've changed the rules just because you don't like
What
how the
says-
game's going.
Yeah. What says more about how the century's gone than Ronnie winning Time Magazine's Man of the Century? I mean, that really speaks more volumes than if Gandhi got it.
Well, that's right. So he actually, in the end,
Yeah.
some joker called Albert Einstein ended up on the front cover, and some virgin called Gandhi came
Right,
second.
on the back corner.
Yeah.
No.
That's it. The back page, they should have put Ronnie, just like the
Yeah.
football took the newspapers, just the sports.
Albert Einstein, Man of the Century.
Also, Gandhi.
Yeah.
I thought they said fictional characters couldn't.
Yeah, that's true. Mahatma. Yeah, those are pretty boring choices. I mean, what did Einstein really do? He stuck his tongue out on that picture. Mm-hmm. He let every quote on the internet be attributed to him. That's pretty nice
pretty
of him, I
good,
suppose.
The definition of madness is
that
is
one.
what? Is
Do the
misquoting
same-
Einstein
misquote, yeah.
non-stop
Yeah.
and expecting people not to think you're some kind of an idiot.
It's funny that none of these quotes are ever in German. They're always. What's the other one? Yeah, it's all
Also, he
people
didn't
always.
he wasn't around people a lot, wasn't he? He was kind of hemmed up working all the time. Where would he be interviewed?
No, I don't know. I think a lot of those scientists, it would shock you to know, were big ladies' men.
Ah,
Yeah.
the Stein, if that was because of pints.
I'm pretty sure, maybe this is me misquoting him there. I'm pretty sure one of his explanations for the theory of relativity was like, compare sitting on a hot stove for a minute to talking to a pretty dame for an hour, or like an hour. You know,
It
one
hurt.
will fly by and one would burn your arse. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's pretty. Well, no, yeah. The other one is that everyone says that he failed his maths exams when he was a kid.
That
And everyone's
can't-
like, yeah, it's not true.
No, it's not
but it's
true.
also like,
a driving,
even if it is
driving
true.
test, maybe.
yeah, maybe. But even if it was true, like, he went on to be one of the most famous mathematicians and physicists and scientists of all time. You can't be like, yeah, it's all right that you failed junior cert maths. So did Albert Einstein. You'll be all right.
He probably would have failed the junior cert maths.
As it is now.
Not at the time, because it would have been in Irish.
Would have been in Irish. Yeah. But, and then Gandhi?
He does exist.
He does exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's assassinated. Never really hear about that.
No, when was he?
I don't know.
No, sorry, I said when. I was like, it was who, what, where, why, when.
When did this happen?
I'm just figuring out that he's not the Buddha.
Quite a while ago. You know, it wouldn't have been today or yesterday's newspaper, but he was shot. You talk about
An attempted assassination or an actual,
no.
you get that job done. But while you're looking that up, I'll say this, that Ronnie's time at Juventus was fairly rough. He was too old to play for the youth teams, and Italy doesn't have a reserve league, so he was loaned out to FC Lugano of Switzerland. Then after that, Crotone and Lecce in the lower leagues in Italy.
Yeah.
And then finally Dundee United in Scotland before being released from his contract when Ancelotti left the club. He had 2 years left in his deal, probably got a nice payoff there. But he's stone out of luck. I don't know, he's fresh out of luck. He's got nothing.
Yeah.
So, smart move. He decides he's out of form. He's not fit. He doesn't have a team. Best thing he can do.
Runner-up Time Magazine Man of the Century.
They wouldn't even give him that. They wouldn't even let him have second. Yeah. He moves. He'll show Time Magazine. He'll go to the heart of it. He's moving to America.
Yeah.
He goes over to Dallas.
Just like Albert Einstein. You know?
After the war.
I think he moved during the war, which is a pretty smart move.
That's good, yeah.
That's actually his greatest. People say his greatest achievement is E equals MC squared or whatever the fuck. Was getting out of Nazi Germany. That was probably the smartest thing he ever did.
But Ronnie moves over to the MLS and he plays for Dallas Burn.
It's that man.
No, just it's called FC Dallas now.
Right.
I don't know why they'd want to. Burn shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he goes over there during the summer. So he probably would have been the one.
He would have been.
He gets himself back in shape when he's over there, so he can get ready to go back to the teams because it's a summer league.
Yeah.
So he's going to get himself fit there in the off season to go back to England to get a team there, so he can he play at a lower level, get some fitness, and then go back over, make another crack of it. He's still a young man.
Yeah.
But
what age is he?
He's probably be at this stage early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably was he about 22 or 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So not ready to be taken out and shot yet.
No, he's 20, maybe 23, 24. But this is like his big chance now. He's going to go get fit, and teams are still interested in him. Or possibly, he's got talent. But
I've just been.
You're just googling.
Looking for this.
Stop looking at Gandhi. I don't care about.
I'm going to just Google who assassinated him.
I'll Google it afterwards.
I thought the story was finished.
No. We're getting back to the football. It was all a ruse. It is a football. I want to get to the end of the man's life.
Yeah.
No, sorry, he's still going. Sorry, he's still fine.
Let's try to get to the end of Gandhi's life.
No, I'll do that after.
Okay.
But he goes over to Dallas. There's 11 games there. His first game comes on, scores a goal. Everyone thinks he's great. He plays 11 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. This is 2002 or so.
Yeah.
So they offer him a full-time contract. He's wanting to just go back to England. But they're like, why don't you just stay here in
play
Dallas,
for Dallas
and make a decent amount of money? And he's like, well, do you know what? I like the weather. The football's pretty easy, and I'm actually playing, and I'm good over here. The city seems pretty nice. Gets into golf, so that's handy enough.
Yeah, you don't have golf here.
No, so he decides to stay, and then 4 games into the next season, when he's getting all geared up to be the new star, Dallas are playing DC United. Now, there's some bad blood going into the game. DC midfielder Dema Kovalenko had shattered the leg of one of the Dallas players 2 seasons before, Brandon Pollard. So they don't like him. He's seen as a dirty player. And then when Ronnie takes the ball off him, he's steaming towards the opposition box. Kovalenko comes haring back, jumps in 2-footed and shatters his tibia.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of his move.
Break, it's what he's known for. So the ref didn't
That's a good
even
thing to be known for.
The ref didn't even give him a yellow. It was a different time.
Yeah.
Soccer, it's a ladies' game. That's what they say.
It's just American football. You wouldn't see this in the Cowboys. Come on.
But the MLS do step in after this.
Okay.
And they're like,
it's good that they stepped in because Robbie can't.
He can, yeah.
And can't step anywhere.
But they come in and they're like, you know what? That's not okay. That ref messed up. We're gonna. He's getting punishment. Okay. Retroactive. We're coming in. Big white shining knights.
Yeah.
1 game ban and $1,000 of a fine. Surgeons put a metal bar into Ronnie's leg, and 4 weeks later, I realised I set that up like it was going to be 4 weeks later he plays again. He doesn't. He's out for a year. But DC come to Texas to play at Dallas Burn, and their fans hold up a banner saying that what if What if one of our players just goes out there and tries to break Kovalenko's leg? They're openly saying,
break Kovalenko's leg.
go for his leg.
All
and
right.
then they have a big banner that says, the leg you save may be your own.
What?
Yeah, break his leg so he can't break anyone else's. It might
Makes
be your
sense,
own
I
leg that you're
guess.
just going to
Okay,
save.
fair.
Ronnie, much like Time Magazine's Man of the Century,
Right.
he comes out, peaceful man.
New metal leg.
Yeah, he says...
Not unlike
I was
RoboCop.
going to say Limp Bizkit, new metal.
Yep.
That's Ronnie now. That's what they called him after.
Yep.
I would...
This man's your hero.
I would hate for someone to be suspended or fined for trying to get revenge on someone who's not even that good of a player.
Ooh.
That's
cold.
That's the only justice he needs.
That is the behavior of a man of a century.
A prophet,
Yes.
a messiah,
Yeah.
a really decent right winger who never got his chance in English football. But Ronnie had missed the rest of the season. Dallas had stick by him. He comes back the year after, making the MLS player the team of the season. 2 years back to back.
Okay.
There's a Newry man called Colin Clark who used to play for Northern Ireland.
Wait, do you mean Nuri?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he comes
The
over.
way you said that was like a new reman.
Newry man.
Ugh.
You know, a Reman.
Yeah.
He plays just behind the centre backs.
Yeah, sure,
Like a modern day sweeper.
Yeah.
But I think he's there for a while, but at some point they have a falling out.
Okay.
And then he trades Ronnie to Toronto. Now he gets to Toronto and he's fairly plagued with injuries. So he's limiting him to only about 13 games. And this is when Ireland are doing a North American tour, like the international squad, under Steve Staunton. And he puts out the feelers. Ronnie, do you want to come have your first cap for Ireland?
Good man, Steve.
And Ronnie turns it down so he can just work on his fitness and get back to play for the mighty Toronto FC. This is the stupidest decision he's ever made.
Yeah.
There was a lad who was playing college level football in America who got to tog out for Ireland. What was his name? Laporte or whatever. Something. Like his granny or great granny was Irish, and he went on with a headband, big flowing gold hair, and a headband, and it was like, that's the worst player to have ever played for Ireland. Ronnie could have been the worst player to have ever played for Ireland. Or even he wouldn't have been
he could have done all right.
Yeah. But so
What was his logic? You know, I wasn't good enough for you back then.
no, because he literally never played football.
Yeah.
He was, even at that time, on loan to all those teams, he would play like 3 or 4 games and be sent back, or he'd be injured or whatever. So he gets traded from Toronto. I guess the reason he wanted to go get fit again.
Yeah.
He was very injured during this time, so he probably just couldn't make it.
Okay.
I'm sure he would have loved to have played for Ireland.
I mean, who would?
But he gets traded to San Jose for their first round draft pick and some cash, and he had a great season there. But during the summer, they wanted him to take a massive pay cut. He said, "No way, San Jose," and walked away from the club and professional football.
Okay.
Around the age of, or just before he turned 30.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Now you liked that one, didn't you?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was worth the.
But during his playing days, so like every footballer, most of them anyway, I told you he picked up golf.
Yeah.
He liked that. So he was fairly natural at it, fell in love with the game. So when he was finished football, he became a golf pro. So that's like a caddy or a guy who runs the golf club, like the manager of the courses and everything.
Okay.
So he did so well at this that he became the head golf pro at Marido, which is an 8,000 square kilometer like place golf course in Texas.
Right.
I think it's one of the top 100 courses in the world. It's like always on the list of possible ones for like Ryder Cup and different stuff like that. Looked it up in 2017, 85 grand of an initiation fee if you want to play on that course. It's a private club, so he's definitely doing all right.
He's the course manager on a course where it's 85 grand up front to be a member.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's doing
it's pretty
fair
good.
play to you, Ronnie.
Good man, Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie done well.
Damn.
I'd have walked away from San Jose as well. I wouldn't have said no way, San Jose. I would have said go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. I'm going to become a Texas millionaire.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he's one of the top amateur golfers in Texas, and he plays on they have a team over there, kind of like a Ryder Cup thing where you get the North Texas, the best players, and the best players from the South, and they play every year.
Yeah.
So he does that. But that's Ronnie's done well for himself.
Yeah.
Hope he's happy enough over there. His accent's still pretty good. Last time I heard him speak anyway. So fair play to him. He's one of my heroes. And now I've been on the subject, I have a little bit extra on the subject of internet polls.
Okay, are you going to try and go? You going to meet up with him when you're out there?
Oh, I should actually try and I could do an interview with him.
You could interview him. Don't let him listen to this episode and all that stuff we said.
I won't put it out yet for a while. No.
But that'd be good.
But I love Roddy. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's an amazing. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
Apart from
all that stuff you just
all
read,
of that stuff there. But in terms of like he wasn't a really big star in terms of interviews and what you can find now.
Yeah.
So it would be a cool shite talk thing to do.
Oh, definitely. Go chat to him. Wait, right, let's raise 85 grand so you can get membership to that golf course.
In 2 years' time, it'll be the 25-year anniversary of the Time magazine.
That's true.
The whole thing, it'll be next year in August or September.
Yeah.
So that's something to aim for.
Oh, get on to it.
I could do a documentary on that.
Yeah. When you're up there, ask him instead of the Ryder Cup, they should just have the Ride or Die Cup.
No, if I got to meet him, I wouldn't be asking him that. I'd be asking him for a tenner.
Any chance of a couple of bob?
Come on, man. 85 grand.
85 grand, man. Fucking,
If you get one of those a year, you're doing well.
that's not bad.
Do you have an American missus? Was it the green
Do you
card
want
or
one?
do you actually? What do you think?
Yeah.
If your son's any use, will he play for Ireland or the States? Or will he just be playing golf and making good money?
Yeah.
Yeah. But internet polls, I've got some extra bits on that.
Right.
In 2003, after England won the Rugby World Cup, it seemed nailed on that Johnny Wilkinson, remember him? He used to kick.
him.
He used to kick.
I
points.
forgot that England won the World Cup in 2003, though.
Yeah, he was the drop goal against Australia.
Right.
Yeah, so everyone thought that he was nailed on to be BBC Sports Personality of the Year.
Sure.
Right. Then one Irishman sent around. There was an email.
Who is this man?
I think these are multiple different Irishmen. Or you know what? If it is the one guy, we'll do a documentary on you.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So in the email that he'd sent around to people, it had said, in 1966, England won the World Cup, the football one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still talk about it every time the team plays. Last weekend, England won the Rugby World Cup. We can't allow them to talk forever about it.
Right.
This year, a great Irish football star won his first All-Ireland title. His name is Peter Canavan, and he should be the Sports Personality of the Year.
Peter Canavan.
They really tried to get him in
that's
as
great.
BBC Sports Personality of the Year. Now, he wouldn't go to the ceremony anyway because I think he was away with Mickey Joe Hart and the lads to Tyrone. I think they were training in America or something at the time. Beating up with Ronnie, probably. But,
And also, if he went over to accept the BBC Sports Person of the Year, probably from the Queen, he'd be assassinated in Tyrone later on that week.
That was, he neared, well, I don't know what the end result of that was. I think he kind of just took himself out of the running for it. He had no interest. But it was a nice idea.
Yeah.
Now, people in Australia, because they were upset with losing the rugby,
Sure.
that they had all made a big campaign to get Tim Henman. Come on, Tim. That they were just like anyone but Johnny Wilkinson.
That's those Australian campaign. Come on, Tim.
Come on, Tim.
Come on, Tim.
Come on, Tim.
What?
Now, I have one final internet vote.
You've only done one.
There's two. That was Peter Canavan. And it was Time and Juventus
Yeah.
and Peter Canavan.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Here's the fourth
Yeah.
by my totals.
Yeah.
Right? In 2002, the BBC put up a poll for the world's favourite song.
Right.
Right. A Northern Irish man felt very passionately about this.
Yeah.
He decided to send around an email informing people of what he thought would be a great idea.
Yeah. People didn't even know what emails were for at the time. It's just all I get is
It's just for voting on the
it's just
internet.
for voting on like the best whatever of the century.
Ronnie email.
Yeah.
O'Brien.
God damn.
But the BBC, I'll tell you what it was now in a second.
Yeah.
But they came out and they were like, it seems to be a bit of a laugh, but the lyrics meet the guidelines, so the votes have been accepted.
Okay.
Right, I guess the guidelines were it can be pop songs and stuff, but I think it has to be a relatively serious. It can't be like I like Big Butts.
That's a pretty serious song.
It's true.
Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Yeah,
You ever
that's
see
his name.
the video for that?
Yeah, it's
amazing. Yeah, he really paved the way, Sir Mix-a-Lot. If you watch the video for that, those butts comparatively now, not even that big.
Oh,
So-
all right. I'm not going to let you check who shot Gandhi, but I might have a quick look at this video.
I'm just saying, we're living in Sir Mix-a-Lot's world now.
Different times.
Yeah. This was he
Different
was
Times magazine.
You know, he walked so that we could run as a society.
But this is how in 2002, beating Bohemian Rhapsody,
No?
Imagine,
Yeah.
Good Vibrations. I don't know if that's on the list, but probably is.
Probably.
About 7,000 songs
Right.
out of 150,000 votes from 153 countries.
All right.
The BBC's.
There's not that many.
No, but it's also an internet poll at the time. Back then, people wouldn't have been on it
Yeah,
as
that's
much.
true.
And, yeah,
Sure.
but the BBC's world's favourite song is the 1964 Wolf Tones recording of A Nation Once Again.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should just play it. I'll play it at the outro for this.
Nation once again. Yeah.
That one actually worked, and they had to go along with it. And it really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was
I never heard
beautiful.
that before.
Yeah.
Did they know what the song was about?
They did, and that's why they were like, it seems to be a joke, but do you know what? It's all the guidelines are met.
Yeah.
It's politically, you're
Our hands
motivated.
are tied here.
Yeah, much like
Uh,
the innocent men they would have shot.
that's good.
That's a pretty short episode.
How long is it there?
That's under an hour.
Oh, that's good though.
52 minutes, and that's
Yeah.
including us some rambling at the beginning.
That was a football story.
Whoa,
But-
whoa.
I like
We
what you did
touched
there.
on Einstein,
We did.
Gandhi. You're going back to find out about Gandhi.
I'm just going to Google it directly. I don't know because it's not on his fucking Wikipedia page.
Who
Who
shot
killed?
Gandhi?
Yeah, Nathuram Godse.
3 bullets in the chest. He's like 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Well, he got 9, so he's what? Or is it 6? Chest and stomach. I'm dying.
I'm dying. Yeah, we don't really hear about that one much. In terms of like massive, like Gandhi's
I always
probably
think
one
the
of the
Pope been shot, but
Yeah,
he
the
didn't
Pope.
die. Yeah.
Martin Luther King, JFK. But you know, Gandhi's a sort of
Wait,
worldwide.
did he get JFK?
Nah, just faked it.
Hmm.
It's a Pruda films that's actually deep fake. AI generated, mate. But yeah, you know, he's like one of those world recognized names.
Yeah, what was your man? Oh, he died. Oh, 1949.
Yeah,
The other lad died. Was that in jail or?
he was hung. I just read.
I don't care about his organs.
John Lennon.
Was he big as well?
Yeah, it was if you can imagine such a thing. But his song got beaten out by A Nation once again with the Wolf Tones.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm trying to figure out when he was shot dead. November 8th, 1849.
1949.
Same thing.
You should be Time Magazine's man of the century because you can't fucking tell the difference between the 18th century and the 19th.
When was Casio?
The watch. I don't know.
Probably 8.
Probably
Also, you said,
late.
hey, you got it wrong. It's the 19th and 20th century.
Yeah.
You dummy.
You can't tell the difference between the other two either.
No, it's true.
No. That's a great story though.
But yeah, that's other than that, no, yeah, to go check the link 3 for everything else.
There'll be a
Instagram,
link in the description of this episode.
yeah, live gigs and support the Patreon and all the other things. We
Yeah.
could have merch by the time this is out.
Who knows?
We'll have a
Anything's
new
possible.
logo. It's all ahead of us.
Oh yeah.
But you're right. I think that's us done. Shafter.
Good luck.